Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into another video. Hopefully an interesting one today. A few of you that might be following my channel might have seen this PC before. This is my personal desktop machine that I've built myself. It is something that I've been waiting to upgrade the graphics card in for quite some time. So again, some of my previous videos where I was installing a couple of SSDs in here, I mentioned that the graphics card definitely needed an upgrade. And again, some of you that are following the channel might have seen me testing out games with this old 1080. This is not a 1080 Ti, this is a Zotac 1080 AMP edition graphics card. Very old card that's been holding its own for a very long time, but is definitely now due in need for an upgrade. And as you might have seen with some of the later games I've been testing, such as Cyberpunk 2077 and even Shadow of the Tomb Raider, this card is definitely beginning to show its age. So finally managed to get hold of a new graphics card. It's extremely hard to get hold of anything these days because maybe production levels are low, there's a lot of scalping going on, people seem to be buying all the stock they can for profit on eBay, which isn't fair, but there we go. It's unfortunately the day we're living in at the moment. I managed to get hold of the RX 6900 XT from eBay in the UK, and it's finally been delivered, so it's here. First thing you'll notice is the box is pretty much almost as big as the case. So this is an NCASE-M1. It's an enthusiast small form factor case, very well known. People that are looking for it will know exactly why they're looking for it. It's an extremely small yet versatile case that manages to pack a big load in such a small capacity. So I don't know if that's going to fit in here or not. Dimensions wise, 6900 XT, that's the sort of stock AMD card, is smaller than this old 1080. So fingers crossed it is going to fit. I don't expect any issues. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to record the process of getting this card out because it is a bit of a process. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go ahead and remove this card. Once it's out, then we'll carry on with the unboxing of the 6900 XT. So if you want to afford a few minutes just to find that section in the video, you'll be able to find it. There's fireworks going on in the background, so you might be able to hear them. So yeah, I'm going to just stop the video. I'm going to get on with taking this old card out, and once everything's out, then I'm going to resume the video and we'll progress with unboxing this new beast of a graphics card and also installing it in this NCASE-M1 right here. So I'll be right back. Right, so I've got the 1080 out. It's the big old card here. More than half the size of the box of the new one. So it's going to be interesting to see just how it is in comparison from size perspective. Going to set that aside for a second and get straight on to unboxing the 6900 XT because that's what everyone is probably here to see. So let's get into this box. We have it now. See if we can get it out without ripping the box. Not a good start because I think I've already just torn a bit of it. So there it is. Nice plain black box with a Gigabyte logo on top of it. And then let's open this up, and there it is. There is the card. So immediately you can see just by eyeballing it, it's a whole load smaller. So this hopefully is going to fit into the into my case without too many issues. This card here was a bit of a chore to remove and install in the first place anyway in that small case. But again, I did say NCASE-M1, fantastic case, very versatile, can pack a lot of punch into that little case. So let's see how it is for thickness. So this has got a good weight to it. Now I must admit it's heavier than I expected. So let's go ahead and just get it out of the bag quickly. I don't think there's much more to see in the box, to be honest. I wouldn't expect there to be anything else, maybe some power connectors or something. We'll check that in a minute. But first, let's get our hands on this lovely card. And there it is. 6900 XT. All its glory. So how's that looking? It's looking nice, isn't it? Old versus new. Definitely shorter, a few centimeters shorter. I think we're just around 2 centimeters shorter there probably. Exact measurements I don't have to hand, unfortunately, but you can see there. Thickness wise, that looks very thick, so immediately I'm worried about thickness. It definitely does look thicker than the older card. Now it's going to be interesting to see if that causes me a problem or not. I don't expect it to cause too many problems. I think it means that this new one is going to sit a lot closer to the fans that I've got at the bottom of my case. I'm hoping I don't have to remove those fans, because those fans do provide a lot of cooling directly up into the actual GPU. And then obviously you've got the fans, so they're receiving cool air as it is, or cooled air. And then the fans here on the card doing the rest of the job to cool the actual product. So let's set the old one aside for now. Weight-wise, I think this new one actually feels maybe a tiny bit heavier. So you can see the heatsink going all the way along there. I'll bring it a bit closer. You can probably see my hand there on this. You've got the heatsink going on all the way along. Standard power connectors there. So I've got some L brackets that I was using. Oh, mind you, complete 180-degree brackets adapters that I was using to make it a little bit more tidier connection and manage my cables better in my case. So hopefully they're going to be useful this time around too. Whether they are or not, we'll soon find out. Looks like the power connectors are the opposite way around here, so I might not be able to use my adapters actually. So I'm going to have a problem with cable management, but let's see how we go anyway. Not a problem. So I'm going to quickly check what else is in the box, and then we're going to go ahead and try and get that into the case. So that is it. That's the whole box. There's nothing else in there. Just a bit of paperwork, which we probably aren't bothered about reading right now. So I'm going to go and pop this aside and bring the case into view. So there it is, my beloved NCASE-M1. For those of you that know, you know, this case is just beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to struggle with getting this in today or not, but let's see. If it becomes too much of a struggle, I'm not going to record the whole process on the video. I'll probably just stop the video, get it in, and then resume again. But for those of you that are interested in seeing whether or not this card fits into this case, hopefully it's not going to be too difficult a process. What I am doing to give myself some space is I am taking off the front AIO, front mounted or side mounted in this case AIO, which is attached to this mounting panel here. So if I take that off, it will give me a lot more room to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and lift that up now. This is an alpha cool radiator. In fact, it's an AIO, alpha cool Iceberg, however they pronounce it, LT. That's a low profile block there. It's a very nice AIO, which has also got a modular function. So you can actually break this joint here and actually add in a GPU cooler into the loop as well. So you can modify the loop. Interesting concept on an AIO. I've already detached that fan cable there to give me a bit more movement on this AIO here. So there we have it. Now, one thing you probably won't be able to see so clearly, but is the 1080 was quite a tight fit in this case. So it was really pressing on the actual connectors on the PSU there. I'm not expecting much of a better fit, to be honest, of this new card. It does look like it's going to be chunky. If anything, it might even cause me more problems than the old 1080 did. But let's find out what happens. Let's just try and drop it in immediately first to see how we go, and then whatever challenges come our way, we'll deal with them. So I'm quite excited to drop this in actually. I'm sure it's going to end up being nice and dusty by the time it's in there. But let's see how we go. So before you try and install the card, there is a plastic protector on the PCI connector there, so make sure you remove that. Don't stuff that into your motherboard and cause yourself problems, like I was just about to do. And here we go. Wish me luck. So first things first, it's definitely slid into space, into the actual case, a lot easier than it was to actually get the 1080 in and out. That much I can definitely confirm. Has been easier so far because it's shorter. It's not as long. So the other one is a lot difficult to maneuver around. So now I've got the card in place, mostly in place. I'm going to try and just line up the PCB, and then hopefully we're going to see this just drop in. I really hope it is going to be so easy. Trying to do a bit of cable management at the same time. Hopefully not damaging anything whilst I'm fiddling around here. It really is a tight case to work with, but it is a beautiful case nonetheless. It's definitely worth the pain. Well, I do think I am going to get this in without too much problem, but let's see how we go. Right, so something is stopping this from going in at the moment, and I'm just trying to work my way gently through and figure out what it is that's actually getting caught up. Right, so first things first, the actual, I'm going to just take that out again for a second. I'm going to take these are getting in the way, the actual caps of the connectors. They're getting in the way a little bit, so I'm going to take them off and then we're going to try again. Just going to adjust that a bit as well, and let's see how we go again. So again, taking the card in, take 2. Right, and that is in. That is actually about to clip into place, I believe. So that's done it. So those plastic supports that are in the way. Oh no, actually, I think the PSU is actually causing me a problem here. I was worried about this. Unfortunately, we might have a problem, but let's just try and do something first before we worry too much. Let's get that out. There's a GPU support bracket here, which had to be raised a bit for the older graphics card. Let's just drop this down a little bit. I need to drop it down on both sides, so this is going to be a bit messy. I'm going to drop that in there. And I just stand this up quickly, just so I can get to the other side. Nearly let it go there, didn't I? And just drop that support bracket just a little bit, because I think this card is a bit thicker, so this is actually forcing it up a little bit more than it needs to be forced up. So I'll drop that support bracket a bit in height now. Light this back down. Right, bring that back into view. And let's try again. So I do think, unfortunately, the power supply connectors are getting in the way here, and I'm not surprised at all, to be honest, if they're going to cause me a problem, because you can see the old card was pushing away on them cables. This one seems to have a little bit more of a thicker casing around it. So, one of the things that I was considering when I was thinking of getting the 3090 was the PCB is really so short, and I could just add a water block on there and I wouldn't have this hassle right now. Maybe something I will have to reconsider if this does not go in, which is maybe I should drop back to the 3090 as an option. But I would be very happy if this went in. I think it's about to clip in. I do think it's going to clip in. Right, I think we're in. I think we are in. Right. First things first, we need to check if this has actually clipped in fully or not. And it's very hard to do that at the moment. Just going to turn this to the side. That does look very nice in there though, I must admit. Let's get that back out. Let's just start analyzing what's going on in here. So, very tight fit here. Don't have much light, unfortunately. I really can't see what's going on. I'm not convinced that it's fully clipped in at the moment. No, well, I'm just going to give that a tug. I think we're in. So, yep, that's not coming out. That is 100% seated. So there you go. Does the 6900 XT fit into an NCASE-M1? Yes, it does. And I've got more room on the top end here for my cables. Now, just to see if I can use, I had these brackets that I was using on the 1080 that you might have noticed that allowed me to do a bit tidier cable management. Unfortunately, these aren't going to work because they're actually the wrong way round. I think I might have cables that are actually, or I might have brackets that are facing the other way. So I'll have to try and find them. If I have, then I'll be able to pop them back in and then take the cables back that way. The good thing here, though, is, to be honest, this is sitting in a little bit more. The 1080 was right to the front of the case. And with these, because this is seated in a little bit more, it might be that with the cables going in, it might actually, yeah, it actually sits inside the case anyway. So to be honest, the problem I had with the old card is gone. However, I would still like to get a cleaner finish on here. So I think I'll still try and dig out the other connectors and see if they allow me to take the cables back in that way, because it gives a very clean look on the front. So there you go. That is actually done. That's ready to go. I'm going to close this up now. The next video you see is going to be some tests running this machine with a new graphics card in it to see how it all performs. Hopefully all is going to be well. So on that note, I think you don't want to see me closing this thing up again. Thank you very much for tuning in to watch another video. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of future content. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and all the best. Bye bye.